mold. Okay, well, I'm going to try pouring into cast iron once again, and hopefully, unlike the pancake in the pan, hopefully this cast iron won't crack. Now, this is a very old vintage muffin tray, and so I'm thinking, well, I'll only use one at a time, and I'll heat it up a lot with the MAP gas here, so I'm just hoping that one little section here heated up, I can get it really red hot, and when I pour the copper, hopefully it's not going to crack, but it still could, never know. So we're just going to give it a try anyway and see if I can make myself little muffin ingots, and yeah, we'll just see how it turns out. Okay, well, looks like it's getting red hot, so that's about as hot as it's probably going to get. The copper, I only melted it to 1125 degrees Celsius. Normally I would have it at 1150, so just a little bit cooler. It's still melted, it's over the melting point, and so it's just a little bit less temperature onto the cast iron. But we'll give it a go and see how it turns out. Okay, well, we've got a beautiful glowing red cast iron. It didn't crack, so there you go, guys. Obviously smaller surface area, and that's really red hot, and so that's good. I've still got more copper, so I'm going to do another one straight after. I'm just going to drop this out, keep heating it up, and do another one, but it looks okay. Right, before it cools down too much, I'll drop it out and reheat our mold. There's our first copper, and it's beautiful, really beautiful. I'm really happy with that. Okay, we'll just let that heat up and I'll pour another one. Okay, well, that's the second pour, and I probably poured a little bit more than the last one, but that's okay. It looks pretty good. I mean, the first one turned out quite good, so you know, there's no two pair of boobs that turn out to be exactly the same anyway, so But there we go. So the cast iron definitely didn't crack this time. You can see it's beautiful, red hot, and yeah, it's obviously the pancake copper pour that I did, that was obviously a cheaper cast iron. It definitely was cast iron, just a cheaper version. Whereas this is like a very vintage cast iron, so probably something that they made in the 50s, maybe even in the 40s. And so definitely didn't crack, although I did get to heat it up. Now, I reckon if I had enough copper to pour in each individual little muffin, you know, I don't think I would have had something hot enough, you know, to get it hot enough anyway. But just one at a time seems to be pretty good. Maybe two at a time might have worked, but you know, what I was, you know, hoping that wouldn't happen, and it didn't, was that the little joins from each little muffin tin, I was really hoping that that wouldn't crack, and it didn't. So that's the main thing. So it's all still intact, and I will still be able to use it as a, you know, just as a display vintage muffin pan. But obviously I wouldn't use this kind of thing, but for pouring little muffins out of copper or even silver, maybe, you know, I wouldn't waste my time with aluminium, although it'd be very easy to do aluminium, lead. But I think with copper, you can use them as anything like this. I reckon you can use this like as a cool little paperweight. You could drill a hole in the center and use it as to stick a pen in there. And yeah, so, but with copper, there's no real slag. Like, you know, usually the stuff that comes out of the crucible at the end, that's normal. That's just carbon from the crucible, from the graphite sort of burning out. So, you know, there's really not much slag. It's not like aluminium that has a lot of slag. Copper doesn't have steel and all kinds of oddball impurities. There we go. So, yep, no cracks. So beautiful. Obviously, better quality cast iron, and it should all work. So now we'll just let them cool down a bit. Might just drop them. That was the first one. It's already cooled down. There we go. Wonderful. All right, well, let's get these out and polish them up and see what they come up like. Look at that. Hey, that looks beautiful. Look at that, it's almost like, looks like gold. So we got one copper booby. Quite nice, actually. Quite weighty. Just polished this last one up. Almost done. That looks pretty good too. Still got a bit more. Oh, they're nice and warm. Warm little boobies. But this one's a little bit bigger than the other one, which is pretty normal, if you know what I mean. No one's perfect in the world. Well, not everyone anyway. Boobies up. So the first one, which I really like the bottom of it. It just looks like, it almost looks like gold. It's just really beautiful. A really nice little booby. That's 262 grams. So Oh, it's over half a pound. And what's that? Yeah, it's about 9 ounces. 262. And this one, oh, this isn't too bad either, actually. Yeah, I actually like these little ingots because I don't know, they're just kind of, they feel nice and smooth. And well, this one weighs 311 grams, so you know, quite a bit more, almost 2 ounces more. So yeah, so that's about, what's that? Well, about 11 ounces. 11 ounces and close to 3/4 of a pound. So all up 574 grams. So it's about 1.2 pounds. So quite a bit of weight in these little boobies. So there we go. they look grouse, and they're kind of fun. And you know, got yourself a nice pair of little muffins, if you want to call them muffins, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, well, there you got it. A nice pair of copper ingots here. Really nice and smooth, and yeah, the little pit marks are from the actual inside of the cast iron. So, but beautiful. I'm pretty happy with them anyway. And like I said, you can use them as paperweights, something interesting, or drill a hole down the center and stick a pen into it. I'm not sure, you know, but you know, if you smoothed it all out, you could almost make a copper ball out of it, you know, and somehow join them together, and yeah, you could make a little, like one serious little cannonball, or just keep them like this as a pair of little boobies, or whatever you like. Well guys, that was pouring copper from an old cast iron muffin tray. The muffin tray itself is actually quite collectible, so I'm glad it didn't break. But there we have it. And you can pump out a lot of these, and yeah, just they're interesting little things. I'm sure someone can come up with something to do with them. But just as little keepsakes, and quite fun making them. There we go. Alright guys, well, keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you next time.